And I went from a 6'3", fairly athletic guy to now laying in a hospital bed with no arms and no legs, having people feed me and change my clothes and help me, with everything. So there was moments of that, plus a little bit of like, why didn't I just die? And kind of the self-doubt of like, how could I ever, do anything positive or worthwhile like this?
Yeah. Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another veteran on the podcast today. I'm honored for you to be here, man. Travis Mills.
Hey, thanks for having me, champion. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I love your energy.
You fired up?
Yeah. You got humor, man. You got good energy. I love it.
Well, I realized I can't just be funny looking, so I might as well add some humor to it. So that's where I'll go with it. And I got cool tricks.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't even hurt. You think that would hurt, but it don't.
Wow. Yeah. In my brain, it computes as that hurting.
Yeah. Well, the first time it fell off, it was a little painful, but ever since then, it's like daily.
Damn. Did you get that right away, or did that just come recently?
So I got 5 weeks. I got a hand finally after recovery. So 5 weeks in, I got my hand for the first time.
Nice.
Learn how to open it and close it and do all the stuff.
Wow. So It took 5 weeks. So you were in the bed for the whole 5 weeks, and then you finally got that.
Yeah, I mean, when I was hit by I got hit by a roadside bomb. The right side of me was completely gone. Never found. The left side was still there, but they had to cut it off during surgery. And then 2 days after that, they took me in for a washout and they cut my left hand off the rest of the way.
Jeez.
So I became known as quadruple amputee. I was one of 5. I'm the 4th out of 5 to survive this kind of injury.
Wow.
And then during my recovery at Walter Reed, for the stitches to heal up and all the stuff, it took 5 weeks to get my hand, my prosthetic arm. And I wasn't proficient by any means with it. But it took 5 weeks just to be able to like drink a Gatorade by myself or feed myself, for the first time.
Crazy. And during that process, were there moments of like, you might not make it out of this?
Well, I mean, not during that time, like at Walter Reed, but during like my time waking up in Lodgeville, Germany, in the hospital on my 25th birthday. Actually, I woke up and I found out that I was injured, and then I lost arms and legs, and I was like, I have a lot of questions. Like, am I a bad person? What did I do wrong in life to deserve this? And the biggest thing was like, how can I still be a husband and a father? Because my daughter was 6 months old. My wife and I had been married for going on 4 years. And I went from a 6'3", fairly athletic guy to now laying in a hospital bed with no arms and no legs, having people feed me and change my clothes and help me, with everything. So there was moments of that, plus a little bit of like, why didn't I just die? And kind of the self-doubt of like, how could I ever, do anything positive or worthwhile like this?
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you don't know, right? So that's my attitude. That was my attitude at the time. But then my wife, when I saw her for the first time, said she wasn't going to leave me, and I told her she should. And then my daughter was 6 months old, and I credit her with basically all my recovery.
Wow. So you told your wife to leave you?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think I had anything left to offer. And then you're engaged. You're gonna get married, and for me, it's like what I promised to her when we got married and what I was going to offer was not what I was holding up to. I was fairly fit. Like I was pretty jacked, if you will. I don't know how else to say it, but that was arrogant. But then I get taken down, lose my arms and legs, and now I need help with everything. So I just thought, not the life I would choose for you, and you can pack it up, and no hard feelings, and financially whatever I have will be for you, but that's just not the life I want for you.
Wow, and she chose to stay.
Yeah, I think obligation kept her. My story got pretty big on the news, and she's like, I can't leave now, everybody's watching. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that and handicap parking really was exciting.
Oh, man.
But no, she decided to stay, and we got through 19 months of recovery at Walter Reed, and it was wild. It was hard. There was days where I was up and walking, and then there's days where I was so sore, my muscles spasmed so hard I couldn't move.
Wow.
And every day was a new challenge, but the ultimate goal was to retire. And I did, after 19 months of being at Walter Reed, I finally retired.
Wow. So just a roller coaster of emotions. And you said your daughter played a huge role.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people can say they learn how to walk with their kids. So like I learned how to walk with my daughter. As she was learning, I was learning.
Wow.
And me and her have a very, very close bond. She's, one of my best friends to this day. And then my wife and I, through the recovery had to find what we were going to do, because I quite frankly, lost my chance to serve my country, and I lost my job. You know, I guess one of the greatest and the worst life lessons I ever learned was that I was replaceable. And not that it's the Army's fault, but within 3 hours of being injured, you know, someone else flew in to take my job.
Dang, that
You know,
quick.
well, they have to.
Right.
The fight continues, you know?
Yeah, you were mid-fight, right?
Yeah. So I think it's helped me understand that, you know, I am replaceable. So you got to work hard every day, no matter what I get myself into, and I do. But also it's helped me understand that, you know, life's pretty precious. So enjoy the moment, if you know, as much as you can as well.
Yeah. So when you stepped on that mine, was it instant blackout, or did you have a
No,
second to witness it?
So I took my backpack off, about a 120-pound backpack full of grenades and ammo and waters and food and stuff, and I put it on the ground, and it landed on top of a bomb.
Wow.
And we swept the ground with a minesweeper.
Damn.
Yeah, and we just missed it. And when the bomb went off, I was conscious the whole time. They actually, I mean, I was on the ground to the point where I told my medic he should just leave me. Like, don't worry about it, not going to save me. Not that I was suicidal, but my line of work, I've seen a lot of guys die for a lot less injury. I radioed my lieutenant with my left hand. I still had the use of my thumb, index, and middle fingers. I radioed my lieutenant and said, hey, I need your medic with mine. I got guys injured. And then they got me on a helicopter, and I was yelling at the flight medic a little bit, not in a bad way, but one of my guys was yelling out, and he had every right to. He was in a lot of pain, but I yelled at the flight medic, and he wasn't listening to me. He had these big old, like, space, you know, style helmet on, so he can't hear me yelling at him. So I got my arm out of the strap, like, kind of broken and dangling, and I swung it over my head to motion to take his helmet off. And then he did, and I told him, give my guys water, tell them they're going to be okay. And then that medic actually wrote my wife a letter about that, and we published it in one of my first book.
Wow.
And then I was able to get to the hospital, go into surgery, and then as I got into the ER, after I kept trying to sit up and they pushed me down enough, they just kind of knocked me out. And then
That's when you got knocked out?
Yeah, they had to medically sedate me.
Wow.
Not because I was going crazy or nothing, just because, you know, it was time to work on me.
Right.
And I looked at the nurse after she pushed me down finally, and I said, hey, my little girl, am I ever going to see her again? Because, you know, Chloe was only 6 months old. And then they knocked me out for 14 hours of surgery.
Wow.
Where like 9 doctors and 7 nurses worked on me continuously.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I know at one point you were in a coma, right, for 5 days?
So they had to medically induce a coma because my pain levels were so bad. And I felt like my feet were getting ripped off. My hands were on fire. Just a lot of different kind of chronic, terrible pain. And they tried these different case studies. And then finally they did this ketamine coma. And I was second in the nation to ever have it, 30th in the world. And the idea was it would reset my brain to think where my nerves end is where they end now. Because the phantom limb pain everybody talks about is your nerves trying to find your hands and feet again. And when it's not there, it like stings you and tries to find a different route continuously. So they did a ketamine coma, and you know, for 5 days they gave me 600 milligrams of ketamine per hour through my body.
Jeez.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was wild.
So you were hallucinating.
Like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, if it was on TV, I was there.
Wow.
For the first 10 days after I got out of there.
That is nuts. What were you seeing?
Well, it was different. So Genghis Khan, somebody was watching History Channel, and I was like fighting with Genghis Khan.
You saw Genghis Khan?
Yeah, arrows just zipping by me.
Holy crap.
I think Rob Dyrdek was on Fantasy Factory.
Yeah.
And me, him, and Drama, you know, we just hung out. And then one time a lady walked by with a dog, and I was like, oh my gosh, a lady dressed like Lady Gaga is like crawling on her hands and knees and on a leash. I thought the dog was like a lady like dressed in leather.
Wow. So it's whatever was on TV you were just seeing.
Well, it was like TV and just like whatever. Like I looked out my window thinking like 2 nations were warring with each other at one point, and there were SWAT guys on the building. It was nuts.
Crazy, man.
So yeah, that was a wild ride for like 10, 15 days.
Nuts. Here you are now, one of the biggest motivational speakers in the world now, dude.
I appreciate you saying that. I am working on my weight though. We talked about the carnivore diet already. I'm gonna not be the biggest, but one of the most inspiring. But
if you make it through that, man, let me know, because that diet sounds intense for me.
No, I just gotta figure it out. You know, I lose 30 pounds every night.
What do you mean?
Take my legs off, my arm off. I gain it back in the morning though.
Yeah.
But no, I do the motivational speaking. I really enjoy it. Get up there and tell people, you know, a few things that they need to hear, you know. And my biggest thing is like I need people to realize that just because I have no arms, no legs, and I got blown up in Afghanistan, it doesn't put me on some pedestal. I don't think that I'm, you know, better, like more injured or more hurt than anybody else. And I think everybody has to realize that their biggest problem is their biggest problem, and like that's real. And I've worked very hard at letting people know, like, whatever you're going through, whether it's, there's people out there with crippling, anxiety.
Yeah.
That they can't even leave their house, and I can get up and drive my vehicle and take my kids to school and all that stuff, So I think it's important for people to understand, like, what happened to me is, it sucked, but there's ways to get through any situation, any curveball that gets thrown at you.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a lack of motivation these days in a lot of younger people?
I don't know. I guess.
Are you interested in coming on the Digital Social Hour podcast as a guest? Well, click the application link below in the description of this video. We are always looking for cool stories, cool entrepreneurs to talk to about business and life. Click the application link below, and here's the episode, guys.
I guess a lot of conferences I speak at, it's usually like a big sales conference or a big sales motivate people or bankers conference or real estate. But I think that sometimes, as a parent, I do coddle my kids a lot more than my parents coddled me.
For sure.
Like, it's like, oh, did that hurt? Not like, I think I saw a thing on Facebook. My mom and dad used to say, or my dad especially, was like, why are you crying? I'll give you something to cry about, And then my wife's always like with my son, like, oh, what's wrong?
Yeah,
okay?
tough love.
Yeah. I'm like, kids got to toughen up,
It's different. Yeah. These days, you can't really get in fights in school. Like back then, you could throw hands and it's normal.
Yeah. Yeah. And I started seeing that change when I was in high school. Like, I never been in a fist fight. As weird as that might sound.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like, I was in the Army and I had to deal with like Taliban and stuff like that, but never was in a fist fight.
Wow. Never hands on?
No. I was so afraid because I was a lot bigger than a lot of people.
Yeah.
That my mom had it drilled into me that if I did get in a fist fight, I could kill somebody probably. And
Probably could, yeah.
And then I would, I don't know. You watch the
6'3".
You watch the UFC though. Like, none of those guys kill anybody in the UFC.
Well, they stop them.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's
the thing with street fights is concrete. UFC, they're landing on a mat.
Yeah.
If you're in a street fight, I mean, they hit their head on the concrete.
I tell you what, I do enjoy the UFC, and I watch just about every single one. And it's not like I'm a barbarian. I just like the sport of it. I used to do a lot of that ground fighting tactics they called it in the military, and I do a little jiu-jitsu here and there. Not that I'm very good at it, but I'm hard as an opponent because you try to grab my wrist and I don't have it.
Yeah,
so,
Zion Wright, the black dude, he just fought. Did you see that? He has no legs.
No, I didn't see
Or
that.
Zion Clark, yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't know how to fight him.
Yeah.
He literally has no legs, so like, how do you take him down?
I think I've seen clips on him, but I didn't see his fight. Yeah,
pretty nuts. I love UFC though. Shout out to Dana White. I love what he's doing over there. I don't know about power slap though, Dana. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't do power slap.
No,
though.
I wouldn't. That seems like it'd break your whole entire face.
You're just asking for a concussion.
Yeah.
At least UFC, you can defend yourself.
Yeah. But now, so out here in Vegas, what do you get into?
Just podcasting. I host events, man, and I love food. So this is the best spot for all of that.
You love food. What's your favorite kind of food?
I like steakhouses, I'd say.
Yeah?
I like seafood too. I know we were talking about lobsters, which you don't like, but...
Well, it's just, it's a flavor thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't have a refined palate, obviously.
Yeah.
But now when you say steakhouses, like, are you, I'm a Cajun rub ribeye kind of guy.
So that's the dry one?
Yeah. Is that...
I'll eat dry, but I like the wet probably more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. No judgment coming at me though, right?
No, I love some short rib, melting off the bone. That's my thing right there.
So, after I was injured and trying to figure out what life was going to be like, my wife and I started the foundation, the Travis Mills Foundation, which was a $5,000 donation to send care packages overseas. Mm-hmm. And now it's going to be one of the top VSOs, in the nation, veteran service organizations.
Wow.
And we bring out combat and service-connected injured veterans that have been through physical injuries due to service and show them how to do things adaptively. But on top of that, we have a post-traumatic stress program we partner with now, which is one of the best in the nation, called Warrior Path.
Nice.
And the reason I'm telling you that is because after I found my way of like finding this foundation and all this stuff out, I decided I liked entrepreneurialism. So you said short rib and it made my mouth salivate because I have a restaurant and we make one of the best short ribs around.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Where's it
it's
at?
A little town in Maine.
Okay.
It's called White Duck Brew Pub. It's in East Winthrop, Maine. We just got an article written about us. Not like a big publication about like one of the best restaurants in in small town. Maine.
Sign me up, man. When I'm out there, I'll go there.
Come
for
on
sure.
out. I'm putting a brewery in right now as well.
That's
Actually,
sick.
We're in construction right now. So
You still drinking?
I mean, responsibly, of course. But yeah. I think people, everywhere I go, I always got to try the local brews just to see if I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Which I don't. I have a brewmaster that does all that.
It sounds like it's complicated, right?
Yeah. A lot of science in that.
Yeah, a lot. I had on a professional whiskey taster. on the show last week.
What?
Yeah, that's a job. He's the #1 guy in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, his name's Fred Manick, and he has a top 100 whiskey list every year that comes out.
Really?
So all he does is drink whiskey.
How do you get into that line of work?
That's what I'm saying, right?
You know?
Imagine doing that for beer or for vodka or whatever you like to drink, you know?
My problem is, like, I just like everything. I'm just, you know.
No favorite alcohol? You just like them all?
Well, I mean, yeah, I have a favorite, you know, but nothing. I'm not like a fan. Like, I like Basil Hayden's probably better than anything. I've had a lot of fine whiskeys, if you will, but I'm like, Basil Hayden's is good.
Yeah.
It works for me.
I feel that.
But what about you?
I'm not big on alcohol, man.
No?
Yeah, I used to be heavy. I was a big partier in college.
Yeah.
They called me tomato face. I would get super red. I would black out and just be super dumb. Try to look cool.
There you go.
It was a phase.
I don't go that level.
Nah.
I have a wife. And
Yeah, it's not worth it. Especially these days where everything's filmed. This was back then where I caught the tail end of it, or the beginning of it. So
I got you.
But
no, we just get to have a lot of fun, you know, with like the foundation. I never could have imagined that sitting around a dining room table with my in-laws, my father-in-law, who's my travel companion, right-hand man, if you will, business manager, and my wife signing paperwork, thinking we'll just give back to these veterans with care packages that are overseas, to now bring out families and watch the whole transition come through of, like, you know, they have no arms and legs, or they have a wheelchair they're in, or things like that. We have a barrier-free resort that we show them, like, no matter what, you can do anything. Yeah. And unlike my my football career in college, you know, live life off the sidelines. Yeah. That's where I stayed most of the time.
Sidelines?
You know? Yeah. I mean, I was redshirted, but I'm just saying, it didn't work out for me.
Yeah. What position were you?
I think they called it ass back, actually.
Ass back?
Every time I try to get in the game, the coach said, "Hey, Mills, get your ass back here." Can I say that? I'm sorry. Is that okay?
No, that's funny.
No,
dude.
so I was a fullback.
Fullback, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. That's a tough spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what you're doing with the foundation, man. I donated to Wounded Warrior, and I don't even know what they spent it on, to be honest. But with yours, you could actually see, like, where the money's going. Which is cool.
We're very clean on the 990s. I don't take a dime. Never paid myself. Never got a bonus. Nothing like that. It's not about me making any money off from it. You know, I get the chance to go speak, and you know, I have a pension and all that stuff. So, like, it was never created to make me or my wife any money.
Wow.
This is about giving back, and you know, we are very, very cautious with anything we get ourselves involved into, just because there are things that other nonprofits have gotten in trouble for, good, bad, or indifferent. And since it's like literally my name, you know what I mean?
Yeah, your reputation's on the line.
Yeah, so I got to make sure everything's above board at all times.
Yeah, because you probably get offered to fund a lot of stuff, but you got to be really selective.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, and you know, we get a lot of people that reach out about like medical marijuana, and like it's still taboo in a way where I'm being advised by some people like, oh, you can't have them do a fundraiser for you. I'm like, well, they're just trying to help. Yeah. Like, yeah, but that's, I'm like, you know, does it really matter anymore?
I'm siding with weed on that one.
I know.
There's too many benefits to it.
That's where I'm at with these people that reach out. But then, you know, there's just always a discussion about like, well, put her name next to it. Is it going to look bad? And I'm like, I don't think it does. No. We at the foundation, because Maine's legal, right? Yeah. So we take people to the local, you know, recreational place. Yeah. And they get all the stuff they need, and they'd hang out around the fire and just chill out. So
it's cool, man.
It's huge for post-traumatic stress, I feel like.
I heard it is, and anxiety. It actually makes my anxiety worse, but I heard for most people it helps with anxiety. You know what I mean? Yeah. But not for me, man.
No, I got you.
When I get too high, I just can't hang.
Can't do it.
I think I overthink. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I could smoke all day, hit like 20 gravity bongs in my mom's basement. But nah, these days, too much stress.
Well, it's because you're a genius.
I think I'm not a genius. Well, maybe, but my dad was a genius. So his IQ was 150.
I thought you're like the prodigy though. Like they said, you're smarter than your dad.
I think my mom, it probably takes the evens out a bit. You know, my mom's got the work ethic, so I got that from her.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't taken a test. I don't really care about IQ tests. People place a lot of importance on them, but I don't think it measures all intelligence. I know people that are super dumb and they make a ton of money, honestly.
If you want, they can show me something. I mean, I walked into a bomb for early retirement. I was just like, man, 20 years sounds like way too much. How do I get like that retirement, you know? Yeah. And I just hit a bomb, found a way.
But now you're making millions with speaking and your books and
doing all right. You're
chilling, man.
But you know, being able to inspire people. My new book just came out, you know, last November, Bounce Back. And the thing is, like, it's every time I went and I'm getting mumbled up here. Every time I go and speak somewhere, people will like come up and tell me a story about themselves, like what they went through. But then they'd always be like, "But it's nothing like you." Like I was saying, like your biggest problem is your biggest problem, right? So I actually took other people's stories, divorce, cancer survivor, widower, post-traumatic stress. I put their stories in this book and had medical theories and research articles and different papers that are published on like why, your brain and you feel the way you feel. And it showed people going to the very bottom of the barrel and how they bounce back. And I did it because I want people to realize like, I'm not special. I just found the right, tools to get better, which was my support group. Hard work, realizing that I didn't die and I couldn't just make myself die. So I might as well get better. And, we live in a country that takes care of veterans like me, like takes care of me 100%.
Yeah.
Takes care of me, taught me how to walk, how to feed myself, how to do my cool, like spinning trick. Doesn't even hurt. Like I said,
Got the Apple Watch too, man.
Well, you have to, that's how I text and I call people.
Oh, nice.
But, and you know what? They went away from like the heat sensitive. So I can't touch a phone. So like people always, they watch me, I'm on my phone, right? And I close one eye and I just use my nose. Yeah. And people are like, how do you do that? I'm like, yeah.
Wow. I didn't know they did that on the iPhone.
Well, my nose is, it's warm. So like I can do that.
Okay.
They didn't do it special for me. That's just why I figured out it works.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting, man. Yeah, I've seen you talk about the past and, not to kind of live in it or dwell in it. And you seem to be doing really well at that mindset.
Yeah, I realized in the hospital bed when I used to close my eyes and think like I'm just going back in time, like I'm not gonna make this not my reality. I'm open my eyes and be back in my base. Like it never happened that way. So instead of dwelling on what happened, I just reminisce. I had 25 amazing years, with arms and legs, and then this April makes 12 years without.
Wow.
And I don't look at myself as different now. So that's my big thing. Like. People are like, "Oh man, is this so much different?" And I'm like, I just have a few extra steps in the morning, right? My pants go on, or my legs go on, then my pants, my arm goes on, then my shirt. So a few extra steps here and there. And yeah, it's a little bit different, but this is just my new normal. And as soon as I could accept that's my new normal, life got a lot easier.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing was like, I had to stop asking why. You ever like have a problem you can't figure out, and you keep asking why?
Yeah.
And like you just go on these different like
rabbit holes.
Yeah. Like I can ask why this happened all day long, but I'll never get an answer.
Right.
So I had to accept like this has happened. This is my life. And if I stop asking why, my life's going to get a lot better because I'll never get an answer. And if I did, say I found some answer, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the answer. That does nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I really will never know.
You still can't change it even if you find out the answer.
Exactly. So, for me, I always control my attitude. My situation doesn't change, but my attitude's always positive. I woke up in Florida this morning, right? And I took a shower, but I already knew that the hot water heater wasn't working. Something about a GFI popped, and I couldn't get it reset. The electrician came over this morning, but I knew I had to go take a cold shower this morning. And I was sitting there, I was just like, this sucks. But I just kept saying dopamine because I know that cold water releases dopamine. So I took a cold shower, and then we got on the airplane and flew here. I missed my connecting flight because maintenance on the first plane, so caught a second one, and I still made it here.
So many delays these days, man. That's so normal.
Yeah.
I just expect it now. I think my last 10 flights have been delayed.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, man.
You go back out to Jersey any?
Yeah, I'm going back in May. My mom's still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You been there?
Yeah, I've been a few times.
What do you think?
Everywhere's kind of the same. They got great places to eat. I go to a lot of conferences though, right? So I'm usually like in a bigger city when I go, and we go check out the local fair, and I don't know. Jersey's nice, right? Or no? What do you think?
It's a good family state.
Yeah.
Good Italian food, good Indian food, but not for business, I'd say.
No.
I was bullied. I was different out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you got your Jersey or your is it Jerseys?
Yeah, I started Jersey Company out there. That's how it started. But I got made fun of for that.
Why?
Just a town of 9-to-5ers. It's just all corporate, and that wasn't normal. You know what I mean?
I think I saw something where it said, it was like the entrepreneur, all these graduates and all these 9-to-5ers are all mad because their boss is like way younger and
wearing sweatpants. Yeah, I've seen that.
I can't remember saying exactly. That's not that you're wearing sweatpants, but that's
I usually am actually. I wore this for you today, man.
I wore shorts, but you take my legs off their pants.
I usually wear shorts in the summer.
Yeah, and I wore a long sleeve too. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it classy.
I feel that, man.
But no, it's a lot of fun, And then, I just gotta know how you do it. Like how do you get so famous and so popular?
I actually don't consider myself that yet, dude, to be honest.
What?
Yeah. It's all just...
Is that about stay humble?
I don't know what it is. I don't care about followers. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't impress me. It's more the story. Like when I have on guests, it plays a role, like if they have followers, but it's not the main thing.
Right.
I care more about the story, the message, the value.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's just how I frame it.
That's how you got everybody, because you care. I love it.
And I'm a master connector. So after this, you'll see I'm going to add you to a WhatsApp chat. It's every single previous podcast guest. All we do is give value to each other. There's 550 people in it.
I appreciate that. I'm just saying, I'm impressed with you as a person.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, I'm not on your level of brilliance, and I know that. But I mean, I can say a couple jokes here and there.
It's a different type of smart, man. You're probably good at what you do. I'm good at what I do. But I think just having that ability to connect the dots has gotten me far.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, are you a big gamer right here?
Big.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Basketball.
But you play in a league, right?
Yeah.
Are you dunking at 6'6"?
I'm dunking, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Were you dunking at 6'3" back in the day?
I was. Yeah,
Nice.
but I was like the two, like, you know, both feet, two-hand slam.
I'm a two-leg guy, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't like that windmill.
Nah.
I'm not Mac McClung.
No, dude, he's only 6 feet, man.
Impressive, right?
How the hell is he doing that, dude?
Is he even play for anybody right now?
He's on the G League team for the Suns, I think, or something, which is a shame. He's third in the G League in points per game.
Wow.
And no one wants to sign him for some reason. I think it's the height.
Blows my mind.
Blows my mind. Only 10% of the league now is white, too. So I feel like they just favor the athletic more than the skill.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, I saw him dunk 2 years in a row now.
I mean, he won it easily both years. He's probably going to win it again if he plays.
Yeah.
Dude's nuts. My friend Chase is his dunk coach.
They have dunk coaches?
Yeah, so the guy that was holding the guy on...
Yeah,
that was Chase.
He's one
Shout
that
out
was
to
directing
Chase.
people too, right?
Yeah, shout out to Chase. He's been on the podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. He trained me for a bit, too.
Is that how you got...
I was windmilling when he was training me, but then he tore his ACL off the bone or something.
Ooh.
He was out for a year. I got to get back in there.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Jeez. So a big game tomorrow night. Now, how's the team looking?
Team's good, bro. I'm averaging 15 a game. I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
We got some good pieces.
Can't beat that. Now, when it's not basketball season, I guess it's always basketball season, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, they got summer league. I don't care about it. You got a team
No, I mean, I just...
that you follow, or you just like players?
Celtics, I guess.
Celtics.
You know, because I live in Maine, so New England.
Yeah. They're always good, but they can never win it lately.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe they got rid of Smart, too. I didn't realize...
That was a bad
Did he
trade.
go for the money, or was he shipped out?
I don't know. He got traded for someone. Oh, they did get Kristaps.
Is that...
I don't know
He
if it
played
was
for Memphis?
Kristaps.
Yeah.
No, he was on the Knicks, and then he got traded to the Mavericks. He's been all over the place.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that your favorite sport to watch?
No. I like college football is my favorite.
Wow, I've never heard that before.
Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Just college football is my favorite thing to watch. I found it if there's football, baseball, basketball, like hockey, golf, and UFC on, I'm always watching UFC.
Okay. Yeah, UFC is tough to beat, honestly.
Yeah.
Have you been in person?
Yeah. Well,
It's electric.
So I went with my wife.
She probably didn't like it, right?
Back at Fort Bragg, no. No, it was Fight for the Troops night. Josh Koscheck was the main card.
Yeah.
And we got tickets, and we went and hung out. First fight, I think Bob Sanders was the guy's name. Got a huge hematoma on his forehead.
Okay.
They called it the fight because it got so big, like
Damn.
huge. And then the next guy kicked the guy in the leg. The guy checked it with it, and it broke his shin. Wrapped around. They showed it in slow motion.
Yeah, I can
And
see why she's
She goes,
traumatized.
"Yeah, I'm out. We're done." So I had to go home. So I got home in time to watch like the main fights on my TV in my living room.
We got Anthony Pettis coming on after.
I heard, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be lit. Who's your GOAT in the UFC?
Oh, geez. I was a big Matt Hughes guy.
Okay, that's
You
old
know?
school.
Yeah, Matt Hughes for sure. We used to get all of the UFC, 10,
Pay-per-views.
35. No, my buddy bought them. He'd get them from like the bazaar.
Oh yeah.
And we'd watch them, like all the fights.
Damn.
I like, and it's kind of, I know you're not supposed to like New York Yankees as well as the Boston Red Sox, but I like GSP too. I know that they were back and forth with each other. I couldn't believe Volkanovski got beat.
He got wrecked.
Yeah.
I think his legacy's kind of taking a hit now after the last couple losses.
Yeah. And then Sean Strickland, I just feel like, is he really as crazy as he comes off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him live stream. Yeah, he just beat up this kid named Sneeko. He's pretty wild, man.
I saw that he was walking him down. Like, you're at this point realizing that you can't hurt me.
I mean, he's got some deep traumas because I saw him on Theo Von's podcast, and the dude was like about to ball out crying from some deep stuff that happened to him. So yeah, I think he's just pent up and letting it out.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then I guess Ortega. I like Ortega.
I like John Jones, dude.
Is he? Are they gonna fight?
I think he's gonna do one more before he retires.
Yeah,
but he's pretty much undefeated. If it wasn't for that drug thing, he'd be the GOAT by far, I think.
Oh, yeah, John, yeah.
That held him back. But
who's he going to fight? He wanted Stipe, didn't he? But I don't know if
he wanted him, yeah. But he'll probably be on UFC 300. That's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come back out here for that.
Oh, that'd be a good time. I haven't met Dana White. I feel like he has a house up in Maine. He's from Bangor. So I just haven't ran across him.
Really? He's from there?
He's from up in Bangor area.
Wow, I didn't know that. He's got a house out here now. I think he lives here.
Yeah, he's building one up in Maine as well.
Yeah.
I believe, right? I heard that. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So just up like an hour from me.
Yeah, shout out to Dana, man.
But no, I don't know. I guess who do you go to? Who do you go with? Besides
I gotta go
Jones?
John, and I like Sugar Sean right now, but he's still building his legacy, so I wouldn't consider him like the GOAT yet.
Isn't he going for? Is it him and Vera gonna fight?
Yeah, I think they're fighting. He's pretty much undefeated too. He has that one loss, but it was because he did his shin.
Yeah. What about Patty Pimlet? You like him?
No.
You don't like Patty the Batty?
No, you like him?
No. No. But you can't deny he wins.
He does win, man. I don't know how. He looks out of shape, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own style, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I look out of shape too because I am. But I'm working on it tomorrow.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm on the manana diet, so that's what I tell everybody.
Manana diet.
It's always tomorrow.
Yeah. Fasting, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah. Well, I do that all night when I sleep, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, if you sleep 12 hours, it's a long time.
More like a 6 hour.
That's all you need?
Yeah.
6 hours?
I don't know why. I think I don't know.
It's a good thing. I mean, I wish I could do that.
Really?
Sleep 8 to 9.
Is 6 hours? Is it better to sleep less?
So I just had a doctor on before. He said 6.5 is actually the perfect range for most people.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm oversleeping, so I gotta chill out, I guess.
Yeah.
I just love sleep, dude.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not when I was grinding though. When I was grinding, I was sleeping 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
But I'm at a comfier place in life now.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So
now, what's the next big thing on your horizon?
just grow this thing to a monster, man. Get to Joe Rogan levels.
He already is a monster.
Nah, dude, I got high expectations. It's decent right now. The momentum's good. I could feel good energy, but it's not where I want it to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How can I help you?
I got to get to Jocko level, man. I got to get to Rogan level. So just guess, and that's pretty much it.
All right.
Cool guest to have on.
Yeah, because I mean, I offer sometimes. I mean, I can send nudes if people want, but then my wife would be jealous, so maybe I won't do that.
Yeah, no nudes.
Yeah.
I think they'll get banned. They'll get my account shut down. You know?
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, we can edit that out. I just trying to make a joke, man. We're good.
You ever have any nudes get leaked?
No, God, no.
I don't think I have. I've only sent a couple in my life.
There you go.
Back when I was in high school.
Yeah, no, I never.
Never with your face though, right? That was the thing with guys.
No, I just never did. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, you never took them?
No.
Really?
I don't got the hands for it. So
no, like in high school though, in college and stuff.
No, I don't think so.
Damn. All right.
Selfies weren't a thing, you know.
Oh yeah, back then, yeah.
Yeah, we had flip phones.
Okay, you probably couldn't take
And
them
the
on those.
Nokia, you know.
Yeah, that's different. Well, damn, we'll wrap it up there, man.
No, I appreciate you having me. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Where can people find you too?
I tell you what, if everyone wants to check out travismills.org or travismillsfoundation.org, that's where I'm at. My Instagram is like at SSG Travis Mills, and Facebook as well. And I do a lot of fun videos on there. But again, I just appreciate you having me. I mean, I'm not here to do anything except for just be your friend.
I appreciate
that
it.
Works. Now, how would I catch one of your games? Do you live stream those?
No, we'll have to get you back out here, man.
I'm not gonna be able to see you windmill it.
Not today.
You're getting back on the horse. I'm excited.
I'll get a videographer next game for you. All right. We'll go. See you next time, guys. Thanks for coming on, brother.